All right, let me approach this with caution, because I don't want to get into the mindset or the aspect of me telling people what to do with their money or their value. Hey, know your value, know your worth, Dalton Schultz. So if you feel that $10.9 million is not enough for to play 1 year on and you want that long-term contract, and the Cowboys are looking at David Njoku contract saying, man, we can't give you that. No. And you saying, no, I want north of that because everything I've done was more, right? I should get north of what David Njoku just received in Browns land, right? That should be the talk track from your agency. That's what they supposed to do. They supposed to look at deals and say, okay, my client in the last 2 years stats generate north of what David Njoku just exhibit over there in Browns land, and my client deserved to have this and that, right? Shout out to your stats, by the way. Just last season, 78 receptions, 808 yards, 8 touchdowns, passer rated when targeted, 122, and only 3 drops. In every single category, your numbers are better than David Njoku, right? And I get it, whereas your agency may be looking at it like, Cowboys, y'all got to pony up. But by you taking this stance of saying, and shout out to Twitter, Tom, he presented this right here. He says, frustrated by the state of contract talks, Cowboys franchise tag tight end Dalton Schultz informed that the team he won't attend the rest of voluntary OTAs per sources. Now, Schultz has already signed a franchise tag tender, locking in at 10.9 for the 2022 season, if no deal by July 15th. So from my understanding, you guys can help me out. Is July the 15th the deadline? Can they rescind this although he already signed the contract? Because there's something to deal with July the 15th. I don't know. But if there's a situation and scenario that the Cowboys can moonwalk out of this contract and you already angry and upset, then lo and behold, Cowboys pull that thing back. I'm not saying that Jake Ferguson is better than Dalton Schultz, but man, we had a chance and an opportunity to go grab a Hayden Hurst. And excuse me, from the Cowboys fan perspective, they're going to look at that 10.9 and say, man, we could have signed Bobby Wagner with that money. We could have put that money or applied some of that money to Von Miller and stretched that thing out, right? Because 10.9 is not workable, right? When you sign a franchise tag, all of that goes against the cap. You can't prorate that. They could have went out there and signed someone else that's willing to play. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. I'm not saying the stance of Dalton Schultz is the wrong one. But man, the competition should be looking at this saying, yes, he's worried about his money. I'm just trying to get some PT, playing time, quality time for your mind to let them know that I'm better. That should be the mindset of Jake Ferguson and anybody else, Peyton Hendershot, Sean McEwen, because looking at what he did, it wasn't like it was completely complicated, right? He was the dump off guy, the safety relief valve guy. And granted, those numbers are great, but it would have been better if you had a guy by the name of David Njoku or O.J. Howard in this particular system, right? Who can give you some vertical yards, right? Who can still block and give you a little wiggle room at the catch. I'm just saying that that's just a spade is a spade. But those guys are on different teams now. Water is under the bridge. But Dalton Schultz, keep in mind, like I said before, you just witnessed the star of this team, the quarterback of this team, play back-to-back years on franchise tag or signed back-to-back franchise tag, and they worked out the second franchise tag before the start of the season. And there was no mentionings of sitting out, holding out. Let that sink in. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts. Let me know if you guys frustrated about Dalton Schultz. I like Dalton Schultz, but not at this distraction level of saying, hey, I'm going to hold out, I'm going to sit out. Now, to be fair, it could be two things that's going on right now. His agency just fishing to see the temperature of the Cowboys nation, to see how this all will shake down, and seeing if the Cowboys front office will shake just a little bit. Or he could be straight up saying, okay, that's what you guys going to give me. Pack my bags and stay at the house. I signed that 10.9 for your mind. I wonder if they can rescind it if you don't play on it. Well, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Salute. Hey, somebody give me that information on the July the 15th ruling. Right? Y'all help me out with that.